Hey, what's up? So these are three drawings that are shaded in three different styles, and as a beginner you can pretty much modify these drawings to get any other style that you want. So in this video we're going to look into how we can get these styles, and then you can modify it on your own to get any other style. So let's get into the intro. Okay, so we have the layering style. So in this style, as the name suggests, we will just do everything on different layers. So I'm doing the line art right now, so it is going to be on one layer, and then the colors are going to be on a different layer. So when you're coloring, you have like two choices. You can either do each of the body part on a different layer, or you can just do every color on the same layer. So I'm doing the later thing because it's a little bit easier to manage that way. Shading is a bit of a struggle with this, but that's not to worry about because why not? Okay, so all of the hair color and the local color and the skin color, by local color I mean the color variations on the skin are on the same layer. So now I'm going to add a shadow layer on top, which is going to be a multiply layer and a light blue color, and then I'm just going to delete the shadows where there's going to be light, because most of the figure is in shadow. That's why I started that way. You can do the opposite thing as well. So now this is the reflective light refine the forms in the shadow a bit more. So that's the common mistake that we beginners make. We just put everything in under shadow, and then it just starts looking flat. So you can add a secondary light from behind to pop up the form, and this is a new layer that's on add mode for the highlights, so the hair and the nose and eyes and stuff. And now this is the bloom layer. This is also on add glow layer mode, which is exclusive to Clip Studio Paint, but I think you can replicate this style by using multiple modes and stuff in Photoshop. I don't know much about that. And the next one is the grayscale to color. So in this style we're going to for the same thing, just draw a line art on a different layer, and the thing that's going to be different is that we'll just do a grayscale thing on a different layer, and so the shadows and highlights are going to be on the same layer because we're not using any layer modes on it, so there's no point, and that's a bit more intuitive for me. Yeah, so just painting a first value of the shadow, and now under the eyes there's the third value of the shadow, and I'm making the eyes a bit lighter color from the skin to separate from the local value. And now this is the highlight, so we're still in the same layer, just the outline is on a different layer. And after the shading is done, maybe I think we're also going to paint the hair in. Yeah, so I reduced the local value of the hair because it is a darker value, and then I paint highlights and a bit of shadows in there, and then roughen up the edges because you want. So this is a material type thing. So yeah, so okay, now I'm colorizing the drawing there. So you can do it two ways. You can either use gradients, or you can just use simple layers. So in this case I'm just using an overlay layer on top of the grayscale, and then I'm just painting different colors in it. After that I'll just merge everything down to a single layer, and then I'll just paint over the details. You can skip this step if you want. You can use a bunch of layers on top to get the details, but I just like to do it this way. And also my brush needs a single layer to work properly, so it blends around the color as I draw, so that's pretty useful. And this is the glow layer style. I was trying to experiment with this. Ignore the other drawing because this is going to be in the later stage. Okay, this is the final drawing, and I'll show how to do the glow effect at the end in this. Okay, now this is single layer painting. So in this stage we're essentially going to do everything on a single layer, but to make it easy and break it down, I'm going to do it in 3 steps. So the first step is going to be obviously the line art, and then we're going to do Yeah, so this is the first step, painting in the single layer. So let me just fix all the mistakes that I made, and then we'll just, so these are going to be the three steps: step A, step B, and step C. I should call it 1 2 3, but whatever. Okay, now first of all, okay, now this, what the hell is that? Okay, first of all, you have to think about the shadow shapes. So I'm illustrating that by using a multiply layer on top and just carving out the lights on the body. And after you've carved out the light, the first stage is done, and then you can move on to next stage, which is defining the forms a bit more by blending in the colors and stuff. So yeah, so this is the ambient glow thing, and now I'm just softening some edges and stuff. So where there's going to be a sharp form, we'll just keep it sharp, and where there's going to be a round form, we'll just blur that. Okay, finally we're on the final painting, and what I've done is I've darkened every color and made them a bit colder by just using color balance, mainly because now this is going to be a shadow, and we'll carve out the light shapes on this layer using our simple brush, which I've already shown in my previous video, so you can check that out. Okay, now we'll just carving out the light with a some different color, so which is going to be a lighter and a warmer color of the skin, and now we're introducing a color in between the transitions to make them less boring. And after that is done, so this is basically previous two steps. Now we're adding highlights and stuff on the skin, and which helps us make it look a bit 3D. Now this is ambient color. So the color theory behind is a bit, it's not complex, but while this time lapse is running, I have to explain this over and nothing. So technically you just make the color darker and a bit colder than your shadow color, and that's your ambient thing. And after adding some post processing and stuff and bloom and stuff, you can just get this. So that's the video, and now you can just modify each of these styles to get any other style that you want. And yeah, so now let me just show you how to add bloom in Clipstrip Paint real quick. Okay, so unfortunately for you guys, I just updated OBS and it's not working anymore, so I cannot screen record it. So I'll probably have to downgrade it, so there's not going to be any bloom effect video. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more. And I can always use your suggestions on what to cover on this channel, because I'm already struggling with new ideas and stuff. That's why I've uploaded like a month later, So yeah, okay, bye.